Hey team, Cameron Moss here. I just discovered a list that I had made during a training that I was on, and I thought, wow, these are some really great tips, and I wanted to come here and share them with all of you. Now, the title of this list is 12 Mistakes Not to Make in Your Network Marketing Business. But we talk so much about language and just the importance of positive language and positive reinforcement. So what I'm going to do during this training is I'm going to take these 12 things and I'm going to turn this around into a 12 tips for being successful in your network marketing business. And as you hear these different tips, you could think about how this could apply if you were to reverse it and think of yourself not doing these things versus doing these things. So here we go. Let's start with number one. Number one is decide to win. When you start this business, some people are going to have very quick success and others it's going to take a little bit longer. But the greatest thing about this business is that regardless of whether it's fast success or it takes you more time, you're going to grow so much through this process. So it's about deciding when you get started that I'm going to do this. I'm here for this. I'm going to win at this, because belief is one of the main things that can actually hold someone back from being successful, the lack of belief. So if you tell yourself from the beginning, I'm going to win, and you tell yourself every day and you reinforce that positive belief every day, then that is a great way to set yourself up for success in your business. Number two, know the cost of recruiting versus not recruiting. And what that means is that when you come into this type of business, if you have big goals and you want to actually build a business here, you want to build a team. Now, you can be the greatest person when it comes to sales. You can get all the customers, and maybe that's your strong point. But if you don't build a team, you're going to be doing this alone. So recruit. I know that's a scary word for a lot of people, but talk about the business, talk about the opportunity, invite people to do this with you. The reality is that so many people need this opportunity, and they're just waiting on someone that believes in them to come along and say, hey, you would be really awesome at this. Are you open to taking a look? You would be really great at doing this with me. Are you open to learning a little bit more about it? Right? So know the cost of recruiting and how that can really help you grow a successful business in this industry. Do a proper phone dump. So what that means is going through your phone, going through your contacts, and literally making a list of people from your past. Think about how many contacts you have in your phone. A ton, right? And those are usually people and relationships that you've acquired just over the years. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I have contacts in here from so far back and so many different things. So doing a proper phone dump means going through your phone, making a list, and then using that list to reach out to those people. Number four, schedule time for recruiting. So there's a breakdown that is recommended, and it varies slightly based on where you're at in your business, but the average breakdown says that 90% of your time should be spent recruiting in your business. And I know, again, that's a scary thing for a lot of us to consider. But the reality is, if you're growing a team, I want you to think about this. If it's just you and you're doing all the things and you're creating awesome content and you're having, a ton of conversations every day and you're getting customers, that's awesome. But imagine if you and 5 other people are doing that, 10 other people, 20 other people. If you keep that in your mind, you will have the business conversation more and you will naturally grow your team more. So make sure that you're scheduling time for recruiting and building your business and having that conversation with people. Don't say too much. When we over explain, it actually dequalifies our product, if that makes sense, for lack of better words. So when you over explain something and you try to just overcompensate, like you tell all these things that the product does, people start to think that's a little crazy. That sounds like snake oil, right? Keep it simple. Let your belief and your confidence and your passion for what you're experiencing with your product, let that be the sell point, because people will respond better to that than you trying to tell them all the reasons why they need our product and all the things that it's going to do for them, right? So don't say too much. Less is more. Take down your sales wall. If you're telling yourself that you don't want to seem salesy, I don't want to be a salesperson, I don't want to be salesy, guess what you're going to come across as? salesy and a salesperson. Take down your sales wall. You're not being salesy, you're being excited, you're being inspirational. You're sharing, if you're doing this the right way, you're sharing your journey and you're inspiring people and you're offering a solution to a problem that they have. And the good thing about it is our product has so many different solutions that there's a solution for everybody, whether it's the cognitive benefits, the weight loss, the energy, the better sleep, the better mood. There's not anybody out there that can say, oh, I don't need any of those things, right? I mean, maybe they think they don't, but once they try ketones, they're going to go, oh my gosh, I see what I was missing, right? So take the sales wall down. Nobody wants to be salesy. Quit worrying about being salesy. Nobody wants to. We want to share passionately about what we have found. And as soon as you take that roadblock out of your mind, I'm telling you, it's going to be game over. Make sure you give people an out. When you approach someone about something, say, hey, it may or may not be for you. I just thought of you and I didn't want you to miss out. Give them an out. When you give people an out, they're more likely to stay in. When they feel like they're trapped, they're probably not going to respond, right? So give them an out. It's kind of like the takeaway method. It's like when they feel like you're kind of taking it away from them, they're like, oh, wait, I want it, right? So make sure that you're giving them that out. Number 8, don't expect everybody to get started. Don't expect everybody to sign up. They're not going to. Ray Higdon talks a lot about going for no. The more no's you get, the closer you get to a yes, right? Expectation will lead you to letdown. If you expect everybody to say yes, and you get 9 no's that day and 1 yes, you're going to be so focused on those 9 no's that you're not going to be able to celebrate that 1 yes. Does that make sense? So know that not everybody's going to get started. More than likely, they're going to come back around and they're going to get started at some point, right? But not everybody's going to get started right away, and that's okay. All right. Don't think that one size fits all, because it doesn't. There's different ways to build the business. There's different ways to use the product. So just keeping that one very simple. Don't think that one size fits all, because it doesn't. That's why it's important that you use your team, you use your community. You may mesh better with one person than another. You may enroll somebody that you're like, you know what, we're just kind of like missing each other. We're just doing like this. We're not really meeting in the middle when it comes to like helping and coaching and supporting. So I'm going to plug them into another support person because they mesh better together. And that's okay. That's the beauty of community-based marketing. Okay. Track your conversations. Track your conversations. Know who you talk to, know who said yes, know who said no, know who said later, know who said not right now, know who said check back with me on payday. Track your conversations. Number 11, follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up. That speaks for itself. Follow up with people. It takes an average of 12 taps before someone will actually purchase, as a general kind of rule of thumb in the sales world. So make sure you're following up with people that you've had conversations with. Make sure you're following up with people that have become customers, right? Those are the most important people. They've already gotten started. If they have a good experience and a good relationship with us and they know that we care, they're more likely to decide to join you on this journey. It's going to be easier for you to have the business conversation with them and ask them to join your team. They're going to have a better experience, which is going to lead to more people, wanting to get started with them. So just follow up with everybody, with your prospects, with your current customers, with your team. Make sure you're keeping in touch. And then the last one, number 12, is use third-party validation. All right. So there's a saying, and I'll probably butcher it, but it's like, even a prophet has no, what's it called? Like, has no word in their hometown, right? A prophet can't like prophesy to people in their hometown, right? You need a third-party validation, a third-party tool to use to just kind of bring in as that reinforcement. So when you're talking to someone, use other people's stories. If someone's asking you questions, that's a great time to bring in a third-party resource and say, hey, Sherry, this is my coach, Sheila. She's been my go-to to answer all my questions. That's a great question. You just ask. I'm going to have her answer it because she's been doing this a lot longer and I want to make sure you get the right answer. Like, that's how you can connect third party. Or you can go, hey, that's an awesome question. We actually have a 4-minute video that explains exactly how the product works. I'm going to send that over to you really quick and let you get your answer there. So use third-party validation. It is one of the best tools that you have. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope that helps. I hope you enjoyed those 12 tips to be successful in your business. Make sure to let me know in the comments and have an incredible day. Bye.